Welcome to my 1 Minute to Wow video tutorial. This is Mary Fish with Stampin' Pretty and StampinPretty.com. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I sell the products on my blog, StampinPretty.com, that you'll see in today's video, as well as post every single day new tips, ideas, samples, and the latest Stampin' Up! News and promotions on my blog. So please be sure to stop by and subscribe to the updates. I have a sneak peek today of a stamp set that will be available on June 1st of 2016 as part of the Stampin' Up! Annual catalog. This is called Perfectly Wrapped. It has some great, they're all photopolymer stamps. Notice how I store my photopolymer stamps. I've just slipped the image sheet on the inside of this sleeve between the plastic and the outside of the case, and that allows me to very quickly put my photopolymer stamps away. So you get all of these different stamps, things that you can play around with, but of course good basics with a bold font that you can mix and match with things like a big thanks and so forth. So lots of possibilities. You can see that I used the flower to create a background as well as the happy day sentiment within this little circle that works perfectly with the Stampin' Up! Circle punch. I believe that's the 2-inch. I'll clarify on the video. And then I have dotted each of these little flowers with our retiring crushed curry candy dots, but trust me, there'll be something really fun in crushed curry in its place in the new catalog when that's officially released. So a great card, fresh, feels like summer to me. And then since Stampin' Up! Is retiring the envelope liner framelits dies, I'm on a mission to really find a lot of ways to create the perfect presentation. And for me that means gorgeous card, but a beautiful envelope to deliver it in, whether it's by mail or by hand. So it's critical to consider the envelope punch board. That is probably the quickest and easiest way to customize all these different sizes of envelopes, as well as the standard 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card, which is this side, which is what most of my cards are. I send out most of my cards, so that's a great size because there are envelopes that Stampin' Up! Has that are beautiful and basic in that size, as well as the fact that I can create them. So I find my envelope punch board invaluable. So I'm going to just show you really quickly how simple it is to create an envelope with the punch board. So for a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card, you're going to start out with an 8 by 8 piece of designer series paper. I've switched over to this piece from the Neutrals designer series paper, the Neutrals collection from Stampin' Up! It's the same as what I used for crushed curry, but this is in the Regals collection. I love this stripe because when you put things on an angle, sometimes it can get a little wonky when you're cutting on a diagonal and assembling. This one just goes from being on the diagonal to being straight, and then the interior is perfect. So nothing looks off kilter. It's really a great pattern for envelope making. And then the only thing you need to know, other than the size of your designer series paper, is to look up 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It says paper size 8 by 8. And the most important thing is 3 1/2. That's where I'm going to score this envelope. So it even has the little scoring tool for you, making it super easy. And I'm going to line up this edge at 3 1/2, which is right there. I'm going to punch, and then I score. Some people might do this in a different order. And then I'm going to line it up again. I'm lining up this little notch with the groove. And really make sure you've got that tight and right spot on. Okay, because if it's off, it throws the envelope off. And you don't want that to happen. And also make sure you're tight to the rail. Okay, if that starts to move, that throws the whole dimension off, and you won't be happy. And then I'm going to just, again, I'm going to keep turning it so that I do all the sides. It just magically is doing the math calculation for me, so it knows exactly how this is supposed to turn out and fit. So I've done all the sides, and then on the longer side, there is a reverse punch that I'm going to slide in, making sure that I've got it square, and punch, and that puts that nice little rounded edge. That's all the waste you have. Pretty nice, huh? And then I'm going to fold it. I like to actually use the same thing and score it a bit because I like it to be nice and flat and neat. And then I use fast fuse because it's going to go in the mail. Most of my cards are mailed to people and have a purpose. And most of them have a stamp on them and go somewhere where I want to make sure they don't fall apart. So I like our fast fuse. There's a little trick to it. You just roll it down. Oh, and I'm doing exactly what can happen. Sometimes it gets caught. And you just have to roll it and then bring it down. Snap. Bring it down. And snap. And then I just need to fold this up. And I am done. That's it. All I have to do is add my cute little card that'll fit in here just nice and neat. Oh, I don't know if I like the black version or the crushed curry version better. You'll have to leave me a comment on my YouTube video with which one you prefer. I love them both. I hope you learned a little something new about the Stampin' Up! Envelope Punch Board, as well as some products that will be new on June 1st of 2016. Please leave me a comment on YouTube with your thoughts about today's video, as well as any questions. I'm very quick to answer. And stop by my blog, stampinpretty.com. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.